you don't understand the difference between being childlike and being childish, you're going to stay stuck. You'll either bury your joy to avoid being seen as immature, or you'll spiritualize your tantrums and call them truth. Both are traps, and both will kill your growth. Because here's the core issue. Most people don't know where sacred wonder ends and emotional avoidance begins. They confuse immaturity with innocence. They reject their magic because they've never been taught the difference between raw aliveness and regressed behavior. This confusion isn't random, it's systemic. From a young age, we were told to grow up, to act our age, to stop being silly, to stop being emotional. We were trained to believe that play was wasteful, that imagination was childish, that joy was naive. And so we buried our inner child, not because she was weak, but because we thought she made us weak. We misunderstood her essence. And now, as adults, we either suppress her completely or we let her run wild without guidance. Neither is integration, and neither leads to power. Let's define this clearly. Being childlike is a sacred quality. It is the part of you that is curious, spontaneous, joyful, and emotionally honest. Childlike energy is your connection to wonder. It is where creativity, innovation, play, and authenticity come from. It is the open-hearted, soul-aligned, truth-telling aspect of you that hasn't been jaded by the world. Being childlike keeps your nervous system soft, your spirit engaged, and your capacity for vision alive. It is not regression, it is wisdom. Because wonder is a higher intelligence. Being childish, on the other hand, is what happens when emotional maturity has been bypassed. It's the part of you that throws tantrums instead of having conversations. That blames instead of taking responsibility. That shuts down when things get hard. That demands attention without offering accountability. Childishness is not about innocence, it's about avoidance. It is not about joy, it's about entitlement. And most importantly, it is not the inner child. It's the wounded child acting out through the adult who refuses to grow up emotionally. This distinction matters more than people realize, because in personal development spaces, especially in the spiritual or creative world, a lot of adults are performing childlike energy when they're actually being childish. They're not expressing sacred play, they're escaping responsibility. They're using, "I'm just being my inner child," as a shield against feedback, as a justification for chaos, as an excuse to not evolve. That's not healing, that's hiding. Let's go deeper.